Hello, and thank you for watching this video on the perimeter of triangles and rectangles. We're going to be having a look at three examples. First, the perimeter of a normal rectangle, nice and straightforward, where one side may be 8 centimeters and the other side is 5 centimeters. And then we'll look at this shape, which is the equilateral triangle, where all lengths are the same length measurement. And finally, something a little bit more challenging, where there's a compound shape, a shape that's made of two rectangles. And then once we go through the examples, you can have a go at some yourself. Okay, so let's have a look at the first example. This rectangle here, this length is 8 centimeters. So the width is 8 centimeters and the height is 5 centimeters. And we want to work out the perimeter, which is the length all the way around the rectangle. So the first thing to know, and what that we want to find out is what is the length of every side. So if this side here is 5 centimeters, we know that the opposite sides have to be the same length. So in that case, that side is also 5 centimeters. And then the same thinking involves that this side is 8 centimeters. The width at the bottom is also 8 centimeters. And then we just add up the lengths of the four sides together to find the perimeter. So I'm going to do that by writing P for perimeter, make an equation out of it, and just go around the shape and add the sides together. 8 centimeters plus 5 centimeters plus 8 centimeters, which equals 26 centimeters. Okay, next example. Let's have a look at our equilateral triangle. Equilateral means that all the lengths are the same length. So if the one length there is 8 centimeters, that means the other two lengths also have to be 8 centimeters. So our perimeter, P, is going to equal 8 centimeters plus 8 centimeters plus 8 centimeters, which equals 24 centimeters. And finally, the compound shape here at the bottom. What is the perimeter of this shape? So we are missing two sides that we are going to have to work out what length they are in order to find the perimeter of the whole shape. So as long as you remember that opposite sides have to be the same length in a rectangle or a square, we know that if this side is 12, then this whole length here must be 12 as well. So if that is 3, this length here has to be the difference between 3 and 12. So I can write in that equals 9 centimeters. Okay, so now we just have to work out what's this length here. So overall, from there to there is 10 centimeters. So if that is 4 centimeters, then this length here, not drawn to scale, has to be the difference between 10 and 4, which equals 6 centimeters. So I shall write that in there. And then you just go around the shape, adding up all the lengths. Make sure you not to double count any. So perimeter equals 10 plus 12 plus 4 plus 9 plus 6 plus 3. And that equals 22, 26, 35, 41, 44. And then always write in your measurements, 44 centimeters. Okay, so let's recap on the steps you need to take to work out the perimeter. So make sure you know the lengths of every side. And any missing lengths, you know that opposite sides in a rectangle have to be the same length. So you can go from there. Show your working by forming an equation. So normally we say P for perimeter equals, and then we list out the lengths, and then we add them up to get an answer. In your answer, make sure you write in the measurements, whether they are centimeters or meters, or whatever is used in the question. Okay, so let's go through the first one. So I'm going to make an equation. Perimeter equals, let's work out what each length is. If that's 6, and the other two sides have to be 6 centimeters as well. So my perimeter equals 6 plus 6 plus 6, which equals 18 centimeters. Okay, so that was fairly straightforward. Let's have a look at the second one. There are a few missing lengths that we're going to have to work out. So I know if this one here is 12 centimeters, then all the way down here is also going to be 12 centimeters. So I could even make a little extension of my shape. So this line here has to be the same as this length here. So if this is 9 centimeters from there to there, then the rest of it has to be 3 centimeters. So write a 3 over there. And then up top, what's that length? If that is 4 and that is 6, then this length here has to be those two lengths added together, which equals 10. So in that case, perimeter is going to equal 10 plus 12 plus 4 plus 9 plus 6 and plus 3, which equals, add those two together, 22, 26, 35, 41, 44 centimeters. Excellent if you got those two correct. Alright then, let's make it a little bit more challenging for you. This next question is the equivalent of scoring a hat-trick in the Champions League. Okay, so read the question, pause the video, have a go, and then I will go through the answers shortly. So, this question here, the perimeter of this triangle is 40 centimeters. That's very important. Length A is twice the length of B. And length C is a third of the length of B. So, it's not drawn to scale. And it's not drawn with a ruler because I can't on an iPad, even though I'd always recommend you do that in your exercise books. So have a go at answering this question, find the lengths of all three sides, and I will be back shortly. Right then, let's see how you did. So to answer this question, it's useful if you used algebra. You can also use trial and error, but that will take a little bit longer. So see if you can use the same method as I have here. Okay, so let's go through the first clue given to us, and that is length A is twice the length of B. So in terms of algebra, A equals to lots of B's, 2 times B. Okay, then length C is 1/3 of length B. So that means that C equals 1/3 of B. Okay, or B over 3. So now I can make my equation where perimeter equals the three sides added together. So A is the same as 2B plus B itself plus B over 3. Let's leave that to one side. Okay, and then we can simplify that and put in the information we know. So we know that perimeter equals 40 centimeters. So I'm going to write underneath 40 centimeters. 2B plus B equals 3B plus B over 3. And that is an equation that I can solve, and once I find B, I can find the other two lengths. If I multiply the whole equation by 3 to remove my fraction, that 3 at the bottom there, I then get 120 centimeters equals 9B plus B. So if 120 centimeters equals 10B, 1B has to equal 12. So if that length is 12 centimeters, A is twice the length of B, so A has to equal 24 centimeters. And C is a third of the length of B, so that is 4 centimeters. And hopefully they should all add up to make 40 centimeters, which they do. Excellent work if you got that correct, whether you use my method or your own. Okay, well done, and I will see you next time.